party people. Welcome to Tale of Two Dead Girls. This is our Morbid mini episode.
Yes, we love Morbid Minis because we get to read your guys' stories and get scared shitless or spooked shitless. Sorry.
Same thing, whatever.
I definitely am rusty on that.
That's okay. We all are. Well, we all, as in me. Anyways, so I'm your co-host or host, whatever the fuck, Kayla.
And I'm your host, Kale.
And we got 3 spooky stories for you guys that you guys sent to us. And we're just gonna get right into it. Kale's going first.
All right, guys. So the first story, it says, "Hi, Kayla and Kale. My name is Leanne, but I prefer to use my Chinese name, Faye. In order for me to tell you the constant nightmares and daytime dreams or thoughts or even my encounters with spirits, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in China, but don't really know much of my birth, which is a long story for another time. I was
Ooh.
adopted at a very young age and had a very interesting life, another long story. Anyways, I am known to have photographic memory and can remember many things ranging from movies to music and more. My dreams and nightmares began when I was 5 or 6 years old. At first, they were just your everyday nightmares about school or whatnot. So I didn't pay much attention to them, and the same was with spirits and other supernatural things. However, one day my family and I were walking along a section of the Great Wall that is not known to many tourists, and we got up to one of the watchtowers. I was maybe 5 at the time and was very curious about my culture and everything. So while my parents were looking at the view, I was looking around the tower for any entrances I could go through. It was quite windy that day, and I thought I was hearing things till in the corner of my eye, I thought I saw a skeleton of a person slouched in the corner of the stairs that the guards would walk up during their route. I
Ew,
walked
what?
over and looked closely and saw names that were left from the workers who had helped build the wall at the time, so maybe that's what I saw. I turned around and began to walk away when I see what looks like a man in an armored attire standing at one of the missing windows with his sword hanging from his belt. I don't know what to do, so I just started walking backwards, but must have stepped on a twig or knocked a pebble over, because the next thing I know, I look up and he's looking right at me and walking towards me with his hand on his sword. I tell him I am a fellow Chinese citizen, and he stops, bows, and then goes back to his post and disappears. Well, I hope you liked my encounter, and I'm sorry if this was too long. Let me know if you want to hear about the spirits I encountered when I was in Costa Rica for a community trip, or if you want me to tell you one of my many nightmares. Love your
Oh my god.
podcast, from Fei Zin. And I think
Yes.
that's how you say that. I am so sorry. It's Feixin. So I think that's how you say it, but if not, I really apologize. It is,
Yes. Kale, you
but
need
that,
to email her.
huh? Well, oh yeah,
email
no, definitely.
email
I,
her. Email her back.
yeah. The fact that you remembered this from when you were 5, like, I remember some stuff that happened to me when I was younger, but I usually am just like, "Oh, it was probably just a dream," but, like, that's fucking real. That's very vivid. Like, you saw a ghost. That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god.
Yeah. Thank you
Well,
so much
thank
for
you.
submitting your story.
Yes. Okay. So this one is from Madison. And she has a couple of stories. One is about an Ouija board, and then the other is about a house that she grew up in. So it says, I have always wanted an Ouija board my whole life. My mom said that they were controlled by Satan and would never let me have one. Well, in 2017, I finally decided to buy myself a board. I didn't want a brand new one, so I checked out eBay, the older the better.
Oh god, girl.
She's really wanting
She was
something
like, "I
like
wanna get fucking
authentic.
haunted." She's like, "What's up, demons? It's your boy."
Oh my god, she's
She's like, "Give me an
crazy.
ancient Ouija board."
Yeah, that the devil used himself.
Something vintage.
Um, Something vintage. I found a board from the 50s with an old beat up and yellowed box and planchette with a nail going through the middle of the eye. Very rad. If there was going to be a haunted Ouija board, this would be it. She's
I
really
would
going
agree.
for it. Yeah. I couldn't wait to try it out, so when it finally arrived, I invited my friends over to play. We lit black candles, oh my god,
God.
turned off all the lights, and sat in a circle around the board at a card table I set up next to my bed. She totally reminds me when I was a kid. Like, I used to fucking be crazy into all this stupid shit and like play with Ouija boards and light candles and sit in circles and like make fucking pentagrams on the floor and shit with candles. I was
Kayla,
crazy.
that is
I was
insane.
I was literally 10 years old.
The
Like,
fact that you actually did all that, but you're scared shitless now of like fucking
yeah.
everything is so crazy.
Yeah. Um, yeah, especially because back then I didn't know shit about like actual witchcraft. I mean, well, I mean that I guess that part is witchcraft, but I didn't really know anything about it. You know, I just knew that it was like
Yeah.
scary and bad, which it isn't unless you're practicing the bad stuff. And you're being uncareful. Uncareful, is
Yeah.
that a word? Not
The
careful,
Ouija
whatever.
boards that I've only used, we made ourselves.
I've actually played with like ones that were actually boards, like you bought them from somewhere, and then I also played with ones that you like made. Which the ones where we've made is where I've had actual scary experiences with. And I think I've already shared that. But anyways, uh, let's see. It started off goofy enough, asking dumb questions and messing with each other, trying to freak each other out, all in good fun. But soon the planchette slid across the board in a different way. It wasn't being pushed or pulled, it glided so fluently and just so differently, I guess, to the word hello. Our mood changed a lot after that. We had our fingers pressed lightly on the planchette in the beginning, but the smoother it began to glide, the more we loosened our grip until we were all barely touching it. It started off slowly moving across the board, giving nonsense responses, but the longer it went, the faster it slid and the more clear and precise the answers became. It was spelling things out faster than we could keep up. It I had a oh god, I don't know how to pronounce these freaking dogs. I had a dachshund, dachshund.
Oh fuck, I can't remember how to say it. I think it's
Those are
like
like
that. Dashund?
those are like those little weenie
The
dogs
weenie
with like
dogs, yeah.
the large ears, right?
Yeah.
um okay, so at the time Brock Sampson, rip, aw, poor baby, rest in peace. And he was very old and a very chill dude, but that night he was standing at the foot of my bed, growling and barking at the empty space. See, this is
I
why
know.
I love having a dog, because they can fucking sense that shit. So I know if there's ever a ghost that my dog will catch it before it spooks me.
Yeah,
Um
that happened to me before with my dog as well. That would
yeah,
happen to me and my sister at our grandma's house in the basement, which we fucking hated.
fuck the basement.
She never looked scared though. She just always looked like, I don't know, like my dad died in that house and my grandpa, so we always just kind of wondered like, is it them? Cuz she never
Yeah.
freaked out or looked scared,
Oh,
but I don't know.
yeah.
I do feel like
Um
animals have that sense, and cats too.
for sure. Yeah. Okay, so I don't remember everything we asked. I don't remember every answer, but I remember everyone saying they were too freaked out and didn't want to do it anymore. Soon it was just me, lightly touching the planchette with my fingertips while it flew across the board answering our questions. Despite all of this, I wasn't convinced. What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, by yourself?
Seriously, I was totally sure my subconscious was playing me. So I asked my friend Kenny to blindfold me before I continued. And while I was blindfolded, I only asked one question: where are you? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And moving just as fast as before, my friends reading each letter out loud, the planchette spelled out NEXTTOYOUNTHEBED. And if you didn't get that, that spelled out next to you on the bed. She said, "Nope." I was done after that and put it away. I played with it a few times after, but never had another experience even close to that. Um, fuck that. Oh
Yeah,
my,
no, no, no,
like,
no, no,
and
no.
then the fact that you even were able to like go and play again, like, damn, you got some major balls.
Yeah. honestly.
That's spooky as hell.
That's fucking scary. I would like, nope, nope, nope. I'm not that brave. Even when we did play with the Ouija board, I was like, oh my god, I hope nothing happens. I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, I got haunted. Anyways.
Haunted.
Okay, guys, so with my next spooky submission, we got a DM on Instagram from at I am zombie Jesus. Sorry if you didn't want us to say your at name. When you guys send us your stories, like specify if you don't want us to say your name because we most likely will. But anyways, this is the story. So, growing up, my mom was a babysitter. What I mean by that is that she would usually dump whatever kid in my room to hang out with me while she watched soap operas until lunchtime. One of my mom's regulars was this girl, Aliyah. She went to a private
I
Christian
think it's
school.
Aaliyah.
Aliyah. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, Aliyah. I don't know.
It's Aaliyah.
Okay. Thank you. She went to a private Christian school, but because of her mom dropping her off, we became good friends. Naturally, I get invited to her 7th birthday party. She lived in my hometown, and her house was only a 5-minute drive away from mine. Everything was pretty normal until sunset. After cake, presents, and everything else, we all decided to go outside and play kickball. The adults had been drinking all afternoon, so everyone was staying for a while. By time it's my turn to kick the ball, it's pretty much dark outside. I kick with my left foot, but the thrower has rolled it too far to the right, so I kind of scoot over a bit to try and kick it. The ball rolls over my foot and bounces sideways towards the house. The house itself was a two-person house with Aliyah. Wait, is that how you said it? Aliyah?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah? Sorry. With Aaliyah living upstairs. The neighbor's portion of the house had a concrete porch and railing that partially went underground, with the railing connecting to the stairs that lead to Aaliyah's apartment. So the ball bounces over the railing and bounces back and forth between the concrete railing and the house right under the bottom corner of the stairs. I turn to go get the ball and I freeze up. I'm in the road about 25 feet away from the stairs looking towards the house when I see someone looking at me. Directly in front of me is a woman standing under the stairs. She's attempting to smile, but you can tell that something is missing and wrong. Her skin was blue, and she was wearing what appears to be a white dress, but it was hard to tell because of the dark. The woman scared the shit out of me, so I screamed and turned away. When I looked back, she was no longer there, and another kid grabbed the ball instead, and we kept playing. I periodically look at the stairs, but she's nowhere to be found. Fast forward 9 years, I'm 16 years old and I'm meeting up with a girl from school for a first date.
Cute.
She's, I know, first dates, aw. She says that she wants to hit up one of the local pizza shops, so we meet up and grab pizza and go sit down. I look out the window of the pizza place, and it's across the street from Aaliyah's old house. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I want to keep saying it, Aliyah. I don't. That doesn't
You know
even.
what?
That's like
I'm
no
gonna be
one's fucking name.
well, yeah, no one I mean, I'm gonna be very surprised if it actually is Aliyah, but I'm pretty sure it's Aaliyah
Yeah,
because I've never heard Aliyah
I
ever in
know. I
my
don't know why. Like my brain is just like, nope, it's not that.
life.
Anyways, and it's across the street from Aaliyah's old house. I tell her the story that you guys have heard up to this point, and she goes pale. She tells me that about 10 years ago, her uncle was homeless and spent a lot of his time wandering the streets of my hometown. That year, in the wintertime, he was looking for a warm place to sleep when he stumbled upon the body of a homeless woman who had frozen to death in a blizzard, trying to sleep under the stairs of the house that Aaliyah had lived in. I'm dating this girl for about a month now when she invited me to one of her family barbecues. Her uncle shows up and I begin to share my story with him. Turns out what the girl had told me was entirely true. To this day, I truly believe that I saw the ghost of the homeless woman under Aaliyah's stairs, her skin entirely blue from freezing to death. That woman with her crooked smile still haunts me at night sometimes. I don't know if you guys have seen Insidious, but when they're wandering the house or when
Wondering.
they're wandering the ghost world, at the end and they stumble upon that ghost family and you see their crazy smiling faces, she looks sort of like that. Ugh.
And then
Hate
there's a
that.
little picture,
Yeah,
well,
there's a picture of it. I hate that part in Insidious because they're all just like straight face and then they
and then
smile and it makes that like reek sound.
yeah. Ooh, spooky. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's fucking
god.
so scary. And the weirdest thing is that like you just had this weird experience as a kid and you're just like, okay, like that was fucking scary, but like you probably questioned for so long, like, was it real? I was a kid, I don't know. And then all of a sudden you're just like 16, you probably don't really think about it that much, and then all of a sudden, boom. you meet someone that had fucking known someone that died there. Like, what? That's so
Hmm.
terrifying.
Dude, for real.
That just like solidifies it. Like, you definitely saw a fucking ghost. That's scary as hell.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the stories that we have for you today. We do have stories for another episode, but keep them coming, please, because we're running out. um, but yeah, let us know your spooky stories. With October coming up, we have some things planned, so we should be around in October
Yeah.
for sure.
We're gonna be doing some fun stuff, so keep your eyes peeled on our social
Yeah.
medias and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you. No, wait. Do we do? Okay. Bye.
Bye.